Open Forum 2, Test 3, Part 1. Read questions 1 and 2. Then listen to the conversation and choose the correct answer for each question.
What are you reading?
It's called Better Off, Flipping the Switch on Technology.
What's it about?
It's the story of a couple that moved to a community, a rural community, that lives without technology. They lived there for a year and a half without electricity, without lights, no car, refrigerator, nothing.
Huh. That sounds interesting.
It's fascinating. The whole community lives without technology on purpose. They use hand-powered machines, but no automatic machines of any kind.
Is this like the Amish people in Pennsylvania or somewhere?
The author doesn't actually say where they are because they didn't want a lot of publicity, but it was a real community. They really exist.
Why did the couple do that?
It was a research project. He was a student at MIT, but he mainly wanted to see what life would be like without technology, whether technology really, in fact, improves our lives. So he and his wife went off and did it, and he wrote a book about it.
Wow. Hard to imagine living without any technology.
Yeah. And of course they knew nothing at the beginning. They had to learn everything from their neighbors, how to grow crops, how to can fruit, how to catch and milk a cow, everything.
They grew their own food?
Pretty much. There was a lot of barter. You know, if you had eggs, you'd give some to your neighbor and he'd give you bread, that sort of thing. So they didn't need a lot of money. Seems like it worked out pretty well.
Sounds kind of nice.
It does. It almost makes you want to go off and join them. He describes the changes in the weather and the quiet of the country at night, and he loves the slowness of everything. They really get into the work of farming and keeping house, even washing their own clothes by hand.
Oh, wow. Sounds like a lot of work to me.
Well, it is a lot of work, but one of the most interesting points that he makes, he actually comes to the conclusion that in this community, people work a whole lot less than we do. First of all, neighbors help neighbors. So when there's a field to be plowed or whatever, everyone works together. And when they're working, they have a lot of breaks and socializing. So the work is done, but people actually have a good time doing it.
And they get exercise.
Yeah, right. We have to make time to socialize and exercise, but they do everything all at once.
But there must have been times when he missed technology.
Oh, yeah. He's quite honest about that. Like when his wife is going to have a baby, he really wishes he had a phone. And he doesn't romanticize the people either. It's a very close community because they all work together, but there are the usual kinds of problems that happen between people. I actually really enjoyed the descriptions of the people in the community and the different relationships. It gives you a real insight into how these communities work.
What conclusion does he come to about living without technology?
Well, the main conclusion that he comes to is that it's better to use less technology, or only as much technology as you need. The people there, they made a lot of their own tools and machines to do the work. Hand-powered, of course, and they had invented some really useful machines. And those machines were often better suited to the job at hand than some of the more high-tech kinds of things.
Really?
Yeah. He also makes a big point about how much technology costs. Take cars, for example. They consume power and they take up space, and they must be paid for. Just think of how much it costs to have a car, with fuel costs and car payments.
And sometimes it's just not worth it.
Right. Like, sometimes technology doesn't actually save us any time or make life any easier. Take the car again. It was created to help us get around faster, but you're not getting anywhere faster if you're stuck in traffic.
Sounds like an interesting book.
Yes, it is. It's really thought-provoking, but it's entertaining as well.
What's it called again? I'll see if I can find it in the library.
It's called Better Off, and it's by Eric Brend. But you can have my copy if you like. I'm almost done with it.